Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling completely drained, like someone just took something from you, but you can't quite explain what? Not your money, not your possessions, but your peace, your clarity, your very sense of self. The truth is, the most dangerous battles in life aren't fought on distant battlefields. They happen in the quiet moments, when you decide who gets access to your mind, your energy, and your time. And if you're not careful, there are people who will take from you without a second thought. Not with force, but with small, subtle requests that add up to something far more costly. By the end of this video, you'll recognize the 6 most dangerous ways people try to manipulate, drain, and control you. And more importantly, you'll know exactly how to stand firm and protect your peace. Because your time, your energy, and your soul, they belong to you and you alone. Let's begin. 1. Guard your energy like a sacred fire. Your energy is one of the most valuable things you have. It fuels your ambitions, your purpose, and your ability to live a meaningful life. Yet, there are people who will take it without hesitation, treating it as if it's an unlimited resource. They don't respect your time, your priorities, or your well-being. They expect you to be available, to listen to their problems, to carry their burdens, and to give endlessly without ever stopping to consider how it affects you. They will disguise their demands as friendship, love, or responsibility, making you feel guilty for wanting to protect yourself. The Stoics understood the importance of guarding one's inner resources. Seneca warned against those who steal our time because time, once lost, is something we can never get back. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that our mind is our own, not to be surrendered to those who would manipulate or weaken it. Being kind does not mean being a doormat. True generosity is not about depleting yourself for people who don't value you. It's about wisely choosing where to invest your energy. When you constantly give to those who only take, you are left empty. Your passions fade, your motivation weakens, and your joy diminishes. The people who truly respect you will never demand more than you can give. They will uplift and support you rather than drain you. So be mindful of where your energy goes, because what you give freely today could leave you exhausted tomorrow. 2. Do not compromise your principles. Your principles are the foundation of your identity. They shape your decisions, guide your actions, and define the kind of person you are. Yet, there will always be those who try to bend them. They won't always push with force. Instead, they will persuade you subtly, convincing you that small compromises don't really matter. They will tell you it's not a big deal, that it's just this once, that you need to be flexible. But each time you compromise, you give away a piece of yourself. And over time, those small cracks become fractures. It starts with one decision that feels insignificant. But the moment you go against what you believe, you begin a pattern of bending and breaking, until one day, you look in the mirror and no longer recognize who you are. The worst part is not disappointing others. It's betraying yourself. When you do that, you lose your confidence, your clarity, and your self-respect. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." A life of integrity is built on small, daily choices. The people who respect you will never ask you to abandon your values. The ones who do, they see your principles as obstacles to their own desires. Guard your principles fiercely, because once they are gone, so is the solid foundation on which your life stands. 3. Beware of those who manipulate. Manipulation is dangerous because it is often invisible at first. Manipulators do not demand power over you outright. They earn your trust, study your weaknesses, and use them against you when the time is right. They make themselves seem like allies, but their true goal is control. They will play on your kindness, twist your emotions, and create a false sense of obligation that keeps you tied to them. They make you feel responsible for their happiness, their problems, and their failures, making it nearly impossible to walk away. You may not even realize you are being manipulated until it's too late. At first, their words seem reasonable. They make subtle suggestions, frame their needs as innocent requests, and mask their control as concern. But over time, the weight of their expectations drains you. You feel guilty for setting boundaries, afraid to say no, and unsure of your own judgment. That's how manipulation works. It makes you question yourself while giving them more control. Breaking free starts with awareness. Pay attention to how people make you feel. If someone leaves you exhausted, doubtful, or emotionally burdened, that is a red flag. Your kindness is not an invitation for others to take advantage of you. True strength is not found in endless sacrifice, but in setting firm boundaries. Do not let manipulators define your worth. Your energy is meant for those who respect it, not those who exploit it. 4. Do not let others diminish your dreams. Dreams are fragile things. They begin as small sparks, visions of something greater, something beyond what exists today. But there will always be those who try to extinguish them. They won't do it with force. Instead, they will disguise their doubt as concern, their fear as wisdom. They will tell you to be realistic, to lower your expectations, to settle for something smaller and safer. And if you are not careful, you might start believing them. These people are not always malicious. Often, they are projecting their own insecurities onto you. They see your ambition, and it reminds them of their own lack of courage. They do not dream big themselves, so they try to pull you down to their level. But you do not owe them your conformity. Your dreams are not meant to fit into their limited perception of what is possible. The Stoics taught that we must pursue what is true to us, regardless of external doubt. Your vision is yours alone, and it deserves to be protected. The only people worth keeping in your life are those who encourage you to reach higher, not those who make you feel foolish for trying. So when someone tells you to shrink your dreams, ask yourself, am I living for my own purpose or for their comfort? Because regret is far more painful than the risk of failure. 5. Do not surrender your identity for others. There is a quiet tragedy in losing yourself to meet the expectations of others. It happens slowly, almost without notice. At first, you adjust small things, your words, your opinions, your choices, to keep the peace. You tell yourself it's just easier this way. But with every compromise, every time you shrink yourself to fit someone else's vision, you lose a piece of who you truly are. You are not here to be a reflection of someone else's desires. You were not born to be molded by their opinions or controlled by their judgments. Your individuality is not a flaw, it is your greatest strength. The Stoics understood this well. Epictetus taught that we should not concern ourselves with the opinions of others, for they are beyond our control. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that our worth is not dictated by external validation. The right people will never ask you to change who you are to make them comfortable. They will respect your individuality, celebrate your uniqueness, and support you as you grow into your fullest self. Those who demand that you conform, that you suppress your true nature, do not belong in your life. The price of belonging should never be the loss of your identity. 6. Be mindful of superficial relationships. Not all relationships add value to your life. Some exist out of convenience, obligation, or shallow self-interest. These relationships drain you rather than uplift you. The people involved are present, but not truly connected. They avoid depth, shy away from real conversations, and disappear when things get difficult. They take but they do not give. They fill your time, but not your heart. True connection requires more. It demands honesty, vulnerability, and a mutual investment in growth. The Stoics believed in the power of meaningful relationships, friendships built on respect, wisdom, and shared values. To surround yourself with people who only seek to benefit from your presence without truly valuing you is to cheat yourself of real companionship. You deserve relationships that inspire you, challenge you, and remind you of your worth. Choose wisely. The people in your life will either push you toward greatness or anchor you in mediocrity. Walk away from those who do not see your value, and you will create space for those who do. At the end of the day, protecting your energy, your principles, and your identity isn't just about self-preservation. It's about self-respect. The people who truly belong in your life will never demand that you shrink yourself, compromise your values, or drain yourself for their benefit. Guard your mind, set your boundaries, and never let anyone make you feel guilty for prioritizing your peace. The Stoics taught us that true strength lies in mastering ourselves, not in seeking approval from others. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had to walk away from someone who was draining your energy or trying to change who you are? How did you handle it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Mindset for more wisdom on mastering your emotions and living with purpose. See you in the next one.